It's the fifth meeting of these two teams in the FA Cup. 2 each is the record. Manchester City won the first two, United the most recent two. And Dennis Irwin, United's top scorer in the FA Cup last season, gets that throw-in back. Initially from Keane, now from Cantona. And in an ear-splitting, deafening atmosphere, it's going to be competitive and tough. But what can the silky skills of Ryan Giggs bring to this encounter? He's won a throw-in. Here's Summerby. Kinkladze tripped by Roy Keane. And Keane is going to be booked after just 3 minutes of the match. Cantona appeals on behalf of the Irishman. But for a player who has had more than his share of disciplinary problems, to get a yellow card so early in the game really puts him under pressure. Nicky Butt away from Brown, but then crashing into Kinkladze. Well, Butt has only just come back after suspension, and Roy Keane, who, remember, has already got a yellow card to his name, has unnecessarily got involved, and Niall Quinn came in to sort out as well, and now Alan Wilkie is having to pull players apart from each other in just the sort of scenario that everyone would have wanted to avoid in this match. The angle of tough competitiveness had been played down in the lead-up to the game, and Roy Keane, who wasn't initially involved but made it his own say-so to be involved, is in real trouble here. Michael Brown, who was involved in the initial scuffle with Nicky Butt, is having his name taken. And Cole, who piled in as well. But Keane there, I think, can consider himself very fortunate indeed. And Keith Curle has also been booked. Kinkladze gets it through, and a chance on here for Uwe Rosler! And City have taken the lead! Uwe Rosler goes to take the acknowledgement of the delighted hordes of City supporters. The underdogs make the breakthrough. A beautifully cool finish from the German, just clipped it over the top of Peter Schmeichel's head. And while Manchester United was still looking for the offside, Rosler found the gap and applied the perfect finish. Is there to be a shock on the cards? Uwe Rosler, who's had difficulty matching his goal-scoring tally from last season, gets a vital one here at Old Trafford. Bruce. Cantona. Bruce praying it through to Cole, flicked down to Nicky Butt. Can Butt find the gap? It's turned away by Summerby. But in fact got the last touch, but two players converged on him then as he made the breakthrough. But sticking out a hopeful boot. Keane. Oh, and it's turned away by Immel. Good goalkeeping. Keane has got a fair old spring in his step. I'm not sure he didn't take a deflection on the way. Cantona seemed to let it run, and the goalkeeper pushed it behind for another corner. Giggs with a kick. And there was some pushing that time, I think, by Cantona. Or was it the other way? Has he given a penalty here? City are furiously protesting to the referee, but he saw something when Giggs' corner was swung in. Somebody being held, may have been Cantona, and he's awarded Manchester United a grand opportunity to get themselves back into this match. And Eric Cantona, who's normally the epitome of ice coolness in this situation, takes the penalty and scores. And Manchester United are back in the match. Cantona so deliberate with his kick to draw United level, but what about the penalty? Frontsek seems to be the man protesting, and he was the man there involved with Cantona who seemed to give him the shove. The referee indicated that Frontsek had held Cantona down, and despite the Germans' protests, the spot kick was awarded and delivered with his usual cool fashion. Cantona, who scored 2 penalties in the victory over Chelsea in 1994. It's from this side that the corner that led to the penalty award was taken by Ryan Giggs. Headed away as far as Cantona. This is Keane. Right through and across the face. That was hit with some venom. And it's the last action of a controversial first half. Keane himself involved in the early flashpoint when, having been booked, he then found himself involved in a skirmish that included a number of men. Manchester United get the second half underway, and the pitch has taken a hefty old battering from a torrential downpour of sleet and rain during the break. And the rain now has only eased off slightly. May well have served to dampen down one or two tempers as Neville gets forward and tests the City defence early on. Sharp came in, and it had to be hacked away by Keith Curle. But Sharp took a knock. To feed it through to Butt, and curls across, but Butt got there. Lee Sharp into the side netting, but it took a touch on the way. And Manchester United have got a corner because Ike Immel turned it round. Giggs with the corner, header away by Simons to Dennis Irwin. Charged down by Clough. Here's Cantona. He and Frontsek, the 2 players involved in the penalty, involved again there, but this is King Clancy. Cantona neatly plays through. Cole's touch to Sharp, and the goalkeeper had it, lost it. Cole and Keane converged, and Immel was unhappy about the way that Keane went in on him. There's more squaring up. Keane, to be fair, backed off there and didn't look for instant reprisals, even though Immel was looking at him square in the face. And Alan Wilkie rapidly comes in and calms things down. It was a shot that spilled out of the goalkeeper's hands, and 2 players, Keane and Cole, felt they had a right to go for the ball, but Immel certainly felt that Keane had made too strong an attempt to get to the ball. Neville. Keane. It's a good break this from Roy Keane. Firmly struck, and it was well held too by the goalkeeper. Sort of instance from which a closing striker like Andy Cole might have expected a rebound as it skidded along a sticky surface. Giggs. Neville continuing the run. It's a good break this from United. Sharp! 2-1 to Manchester United. Lee Sharp is the scorer. United finally found their cutting edge. It was Phil Neville who turned up in an advanced position to deliver just the sort of cross that Lee Sharp wanted. Nicely weighted ball through to Neville, delicately pulled back by him for Sharp, and the ball driven through Immel in the Manchester City goal. Beautifully weighted ball from Giggs to the fullback, and Neville showing great awareness there to pick out Lee Sharp. And Sharp, who scored in the last match here against Blackburn Rovers, has done it again with a little help from Phil Neville. And Manchester United, for the first time in this match, take the lead. They're all checking their watches now, everyone dressed in red on a day which isn't for the neutral here at Old Trafford. 1 minute of stoppage time's already been played. And the onus very much on Alan Ball's team now. Manchester City can't afford really to be creative. They've got to be direct. And although Clough was direct, no one was in that position to take advantage. And it was a gift for Schmeichel. We'll now just let the clock tick away. Crane intent on preventing him from allowing to do that. And the final whistle goes, and Manchester United are through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup after a vigorously fought local derby. Alex Ferguson saw his team come from behind after Uwe Rosler's goal, a controversial penalty award for a foul on Cantona. Cantona himself took the spot kick to change the course of the match, and Lee Sharp, who scored his first goal in 5 months against Blackburn in the last match, came up with another match winner to ensure that United go through and win the Manchester derby for the 51st time. Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1.